Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode. And today we're focusing on one of our favorite villages in our builds, Harmstead. Now I am reventing it, making it a little bit better, making it better than what it was before, but I'm really excited to see what we have in store. So stay tuned, let's get on with the intro and on with the video. Alright everyone, so let's get down to the good stuff. Now since this is a rebuild of Harmstead, I wanted to make it extra special by focusing on a lot of environmental details and things that I didn't necessarily think of last time. Now I do plan on keeping a lot of the original layout because I think it was perfectly fine the first time. I didn't really see any issues with it, but I will be adding a few more homes, some fishing structures, and plant life to really make it stand out. Now, this village is one of my favorites when it came to the world, so I'm really going to try my hardest to make it as perfect as possible, and I really hope you'll see that as the videos start rolling in. We'll probably have 4 to 5 episodes just like last time. Now, for this rebuild, I did keep the majority of materials for the actual builds. And by that, I mean that I focused on keeping stone or stone materials as a base for the homes and structures, and then I used various wood types for the walls and flooring. Now, the roofs are again made of thatch because that is a common material for many of the villages in the southern region of Elmoran, and also because it just looks really good. Now, a lot of times for the roofing inside, the ceilings essentially, I did use the board block, different types to create different patterns and textures. Now, you'll also see that I added a good amount of extra clutter to the area once the walkthrough comes on. Now, from jars to fishing nets, crab traps, and more, the extra blocks and the attention to detail really shines, and I think you'll be able to see that more, especially during that walkthrough. Now, I do want everyone to know that I made the switch from not only the server but my own personal use to Conquest Reforged 1.19.2 Fabric, or refabricated. It's hard for me to say, but it's pretty much allowing me a much better experience, not only in frames but just overall consistency of the game. I'm having less lag spikes, I'm loading up more quickly, just everything is just beneficial here. Now, if you haven't already, and you're interested in Conquest Reforged, especially for the first time, you should really check out the new Fabric mod. I'll also make a little side-by-side video comparing Forge and Fabric in the next few days, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, of course, if you haven't already and you like this, material and content, please like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff that every YouTuber tells you to do. But that's pretty much my spill. I think we got about 2 minutes left for some music. I'm going to slap some on for you, and I'll meet you again for the walkthrough. Hey everybody, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse and all that information there, and I just wanted to go over the little bit of Harmstead 2.0. Now, obviously there are some differences from the original. If you go watch that video, you could check it out there, and I'll have the screenshot pop up, but we changed a good bit around actually. So not only are we in the new 1.19.2 Fabric of Conquest Reforged, but we are also now rebuilding some of these older areas that got wiped on the purge. So don't worry about this side because it's empty right now, so ignore it. But you can see here we're gonna have this beautiful beautiful landscape and scenery right here. I wanted to really hone in on the atmosphere for this build. So as you can see here, we just have some old abandoned area, you know, a cart that's just kind of left alone, rotting away, things like that. But once again, this is a lot different. So the general layout of the entire thing is going to be the same. We're at the road here, we're going to have road here, we're going to have houses and stuff here. But this is where we change things up and we just switch it around. So right off the bat, we actually have this storage area right here. And then we're going to have a dining area and then some other stuff. But right off the bat, I wanted to showcase a few things. You can see here the barrels are a little different than in 1.12. You can see here we even have like now like a mounted animal skulls and stuff like that, which is really cool. So I'm going to detail a few of the new blocks that I've found. I'm probably missing some, but here we go. So this is the storage area, and as you can see here, it's this a beautiful small little quaint storage area. You know, they're keeping tabs on what's in here, what's not, who gets what, because this is almost like communal. And then you could come back here and we obviously have some more like shelving and like, you know, storage and stuff like that. We also have some jerky hanging up, and we have wine now. So these wine barrels are actually new. They look really good. Love them. And yeah, it just works. It just works a whole lot better than what we had before using a barrel and a lever. But yeah, so this is it. Short, simple, sweet, to the point, pretty simple. Now, as you can see here, we're going to have some extra stuff. Now, this is a new butter churn block. That is new. But you can see here, we're just going to go over here, and we have the backside. So we have some beautiful decorations. It doesn't go all the way up to the hill, but that's okay. And once again, some firewood, things like that. But let's go into the actual eating area. And you can see here is a very large kitchen area. Very massive. I didn't add some details. I can add those because honestly I forgot. But we have this giant oven, essentially, you know, and then we have all the tables. So this is where everyone in Harmstead kind of gets together and will eat. They might eat outside, they might eat inside. But you can see here, it's almost a miniature tavern simply for the village. I didn't want each house to have their own, like, you know, fireplace and kitchen like it was before. I'm making this a little bit more true to life, in that not everyone even had those kind of structures. Most people didn't even have houses to live in that were actually worth anything. So this is where it comes into play. Like I said, pretty much a small little tavern or cafe area. And that's about that. We can go over to the side here, and you can see we have this was actually a callback to the original. I had the clothes hanging up right here, just like last time, but this time we actually added a small little wall here, which was not there before, and I think it looks really, really good. Kind of divvies up and separates it. Here we're gonna have some more decorations, you know, once again, just kind of really working on the layer and working on the atmosphere, really bringing it all together, having it make sense. This is another new cart. This is a hand cart. Really cool. You can actually switch these things around to do different stuff, which is really nifty. And then, of course, we have the water. Now, a lot of you remember the lore that this has medicinal properties at the bottom of the lake, and it just really works out and looks really good. So there we have it. But yeah, so this is pretty much ripped from the original video as well, but it still looks really good in my opinion. Adds a lot of decoration along the water line. And then we, of course, added, a lot of detail here. Now, there is going to be some more stuff added around it, but that's okay. And if you go all the way down, this water is actually pretty deep. And if you remember the lore correctly, they actually have to swim down and hold their breath and collect the medicinal plants. So that's tough. But what we'll do is we will go into this house over here. And once again, coming down from the main path, you can see here, once again, we have another hand cart, things like that. It almost looks like a lawn chair. So let's fix that a little bit. That looks better. Actually, that looks better. Okay. And then we're going to go into the door here. So this is a very small house, almost not even a house at all. It has 2 beds, some storage, but that's really about it. Okay, I mean, this house is so simple, so small, but it makes sense because people would only need a structure to sleep in, and that's really about it. But once again, trying to add some detail. I was cramped in here, didn't have a lot of choice, so I just worked with what I had. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go out to this last house here. Now, this house is actually pretty cool. You can see here we have the garden in the back, cabbages, and I believe this is peas. And then we have this awesome wheelbarrow with the shovel and the pitchfork here to really work at it. Really cool details. Obviously, we have the mossy thatch and things like that for the roofing. because it's near water. It makes sense. Humidity. What we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and this is almost like a small storage area. So this is not even a full-blown kitchen. It's more for food storage. And then we're going to have more barrels, things like that, just all kind of tucked away. And then on the second little part here, we're going to have pretty much where like all the kids sleep. In the original video, we kind of had an orphanage. This is not an orphanage. This is just where they kind of throw all the kids together, and then one adult kind of supervises. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So they're playing some Gwent. You know, it's just really cool. Like, I mean, I tried to add as much detail. You can see we have boards as the roofing, things like that. Really enjoy it. All the windows you can poke out of, they fix that with the new blocks, so you can actually see out of them. Thank goodness. Some of them did mess up, but yeah, this is a really cool build. So what I'll do is let me give you just a brief little fly around here. And this is more Harmstead 2.0. It's really coming out great so far. I really like it. I think it looks fantastic. I think we're definitely going to add a lot more character and like kind of like just ambient kind of environmental beauty to this, and I'm just really excited to show y'all what else is in store for this area. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you, just like always, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the people who subscribe to me on Patreon, all the people who subscribe to me here on YouTube, and who support me on YouTube through YouTube memberships. I can't even talk. Either way, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for having the patience to watch this video. If you like what you see, obviously comment below what you'd like to see further, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But this is Legendary Porpoise signing off. Have a good day. Happy gaming. I'll catch you again for the next one.